Hey, what's up YouTube? Back with YouTube Q&A number 7 today, and we're gonna just jump right into it. First question here, great video. Thanks for sharing your experience. I do have some questions. What was your job when you did the internship with the Toronto Raptors? And if you had strength and conditioning sessions with the players, when and where did you learn how to train athletes? Okay, so for those of you that don't know, a few years back, I had an internship with the Toronto Raptors, and my position was a strength and conditioning coach intern. My responsibilities involved training the players, making sure that they were prepared for their games, training them during practices. We're doing a lot of more performance-related things with them, but also, making sure that they don't injure themselves in the gym, making sure that they're working out properly without causing any issues or, re-aggravating a problem. Also was involved with on-court kind of warm-ups, preparing the players with different various activation, stretching routines. Also a big part of the rehab scenario with the Raptors in terms of helping out with training injured players, providing a training effect to injured players that maybe had a broken hand, but we still needed to train them, but just in the proper ways, or maybe a back issue or anything along those lines. Incorporating corrective exercise, anything you can think of on the performance side of things. I was primarily working with those players, and you could say I was working as the assistant trainer for them at that time. Now, where I learned to train athletes, prior to that, I was working with the Windsor Spitfires under their strength and conditioning coach and athletic therapist, Joey Garland, at the time. And so I worked under him for about almost 2 years. Primarily, I did an internship under him, and then I came back, worked part-time, but also volunteered work just to kind of get some experience, work my way up, and just work with professional athletes. And then from that experience, that helped me land my position with the Raptors. And then that was my position. So I was with the team. Every time the team was in Toronto, I was with them. So I just did not travel with them, but every practice and game, I was there. Sometimes they were 11-hour days, sometimes it could have been 4 or 5-hour days. But anytime the team was in Toronto, I was there, and my responsibility was to be there to help the players, but also to primarily to train them and make sure they keep up with their fitness. Primarily working with a lot of the guys that were more bench players, playing maybe anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes a game, or were coming back from injuries. Those were a lot of the players that we would do a lot more weight training with to improve their performance and create a training effect that was maybe desired for those athletes. So that was kind of my responsibilities when I was with the team. And also where I learned to train athletes, it was just from my prior experience with hockey athletes and under Joey Garland. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Moving on to the next question here. Hi Remy, do you have a workout program which is safe for people recovering from an L405, L5S1 disc herniation? I know there are dangerous exercises from your guide on YouTube, but for example, I'm unsure whether bench press is safe or not. So I don't offer a specific guide. I don't have a one-size-fits-all program that I offer. I do offer a individualized coaching program through my website, which you can check out. And that involves designing an exercise program based off each individual's goals and from whatever presents from an assessment. So every client gets their own assessment, every client gets their own program. Everyone is different. People have different back issues. People are going to respond differently to certain exercises. People have different goals. Maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's improving strength, maybe it's returning to athletics. So everyone has different goals. Everyone's program is going to be different, and it's all based around the specific person's back issues and what they want to get to long term. Maybe it's go back to tennis, or maybe it's get back to rowing, or whatever the case may be. Everyone is different. So that's what I do offer. It is more specific and it's not generalized. I do not offer a generalized guide. Yes, there's educational videos I put out, recommendations, but there's nothing that I really will go to. I feel like specific, you have to be specific with every person, and that's the only way you will really get the results that one may be seeking. Now, just in regards with bench press, it depends on the person. It tends to be spine friendly for the flexion based, flexion intolerant person, which I find it to be a pretty good exercise for that person to create a training effect of the upper body. But for someone that is extension intolerant, we need to be very careful that they don't hyperextend. We may have to adjust their technique on the exercise when bench pressing. Keep in mind the bench press is a very technical lift. If you're unsure about it, hire a competent trainer, someone who knows the bench press well and can teach it to you. I would be more concerned about the bench press with more people with shoulder issues than per se the back, but still there can be some back issues related to the extension-based person, so need to be careful there. Next question, Remy Sovereign, what type of exercises can I do to strengthen my herniated disc? Well, it depends what you're looking to do with regards to your herniated disc. From the sounds of things, you maybe are in pain and just are looking to prevent future problems from occurring. With that being said, you want to develop core endurance and through spine stabilization exercises to help maybe shift some of the forces from your passive restraints, like your ligaments, your discs, to more the active restraints, like tendons and muscles. Because we shift more force to the passive restraints, that's how problems develop. So spine stabilization exercises are going to be critical. Miguel Big 3 is a good place to start. But if you're unsure, like I said, hire someone that's qualified, whether it's a trainer, coach, therapist, to help you out. Last question here. Bro, is there a chiropractor? There is a chiropractor near me. Can he help me by doing adjustments of my back? Should I visit him? Okay, so number one, I'm not against chiropractors at all. I train, one of my clients is actually a chiropractor. Now, they don't have back issues, they just train with me for more health and fitness. But you have to look at every person as different. Chiropractors, physios, doctors, everyone is unique, and really who is gonna offer you the best program and who can deliver the results, and do they have credibility? I know several good chiropractors out there, but then there is a lot of bad chiropractors out there, but that's just like physio, that's just like trainers, it's just like doctors. So can they help? Perhaps. If they're good, yeah, they could maybe help you out. If they're not, they may not be good, or maybe if they're average, they may not really, you may not get much help. So I would look at it that way, and then when you approach it with that mindset, just search for the most qualified person to help you with your back issues. Invest in the best. You don't want to invest in someone that's general or maybe doesn't have a proven track record. So that's what I would suggest there with regards to your question. Anyways, those are the 4 questions that I wanted to answer and talk about today. I hope you guys found this Q&A helpful. If you have any questions for a future Q&A, please leave them below and I'll be happy to address them going forward. Okay guys, all the best and take care.